This is a joke about three engineers that are discussing God, right? And they argue over what kind of engineer God would be. The first engineer says, God must be a mechanical engineer. Look at how the body moves with all its muscles, bones, joints, ligaments, tendons. The amount of coordination it takes to stand upright and walk and run. Mechanical engineer. And the second engineer shakes his head and he says, no, God is clearly an electrical engineer. All the things you mentioned wouldn't be possible without the electrical impulses sent along our nerves to tell our muscles what to do. Electricity causes our hearts to beat, our brains to function. The mere fact that we could sit here and use our minds to form words and talk clearly means God's an electrical engineer. And the third engineer, he just shrugged and he said, well, I always figured God was a civil engineer. The other two just look at each other in astonishment. They demand to know, what are you on about? And he said, well, who else would run a liquid waste disposal pipeline through the great recreational area? Okay, here's an online classified ad I found the other day. This is on Kijiji. It says, premature ejaculator in need of smoking hot blonde, size 6, preferably with blue eyes, huge double D. Oh, never mind. This man and his wife are getting dressed to go to a big event. After putting on her dress, she asked her husband, does this dress make my ass look fat? The husband just sighed and thought, oh, God, here we go. All right. He says, honey, do you promise me you won't get mad no matter how I answer? The wife said, I promise I'll never bring it up again. The husband said, fine, I fucked your sister.
I thought he was going to say your eyesight's good.
Yeah, your eyesight's good. I know. Yeah. I bought a pug for it. This guy says, I bought a pug for my wife. Despite the bulging eyes and the wrinkled layers of fat, the pug still seems to like her. Actually, that sounds like a really good Rodney Dangerfield joke.
That's hilarious. It is.
Okay.
Well,
now, husband and wife were...
fat, you know, I brought her to the beach, brought her in the scale. She stood on the scale and a sign came out. A little card came out. It said, one at a time.
Okay. Well, I got one. Husband and a wife are resting on a beach, and they notice a girl with a travel bag. She would approach people with boom boxes and other electronic devices and speak to them, and occasionally she would hand them something and then walk away. Right? And the wife said, you know what? I bet she's selling drugs. Well, the man decides to see it for himself, and the wife watched, and her husband walked across the beach and approached the girl with a travel bag, and they spoke briefly, and then the husband returned. The wife goes, well, is she a drug dealer? I said, no, she's not. She's selling batteries. You don't mean... Yep, the husband said, she sells sea cells by the seashore. Sea cell batteries.
Oh, that's cute.
Really cute. I like
Very
that.
funny.
Okay. Anyway, I was showing my friends the first floor of my house, and one of them said, what's upstairs? And I told them, stairs don't talk. What's upstairs?
What's upstairs?
Yeah. Okay. By the way, did you hear about that big explosion about, oh, God, those houses with the gas leak or whatever?
Yeah.
Where was that? Tennessee?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, like a dozen houses, like one after the other.
Near Boston.
Yeah.
Never heard of that. Yeah. And you know what? They're probably going to find out that somebody somewhere was skimping, upgrades. And, But here's something about that. Two gas company servicemen, a senior training supervisor, and a young trainee were out checking meters in a suburban neighborhood. And they parked their truck near the end of an alley and worked their way to the other end. At the last house, a woman looking out of her kitchen window watched the two men as they checked a gas meter. Right? And finishing the meter check, the senior supervisor challenged the young coworker to a foot race down the alley and then back to the truck to prove the older guy could still outrun the younger one. And as they came running up the truck, they realized the lady from the last house was huffing and puffing and right behind them. They stopped and they asked her, what are you doing? And gasping for breath, the lady said, when I see two gas men running as hard as you two were, I figured I better run too. Oh! Yeah. By the way, have you ever seen a T-shirt that belongs to a bomb disposal unit? They have a T-shirt that on the back it says, if you see me running, you better catch up.
That's a good reason.
Anything I'm going to run from, you want to run too. Yeah. Here's one. Success is like getting pregnant. Everyone congratulates you, but nobody knows how many times you got fucked to make it happen.